Welcome to my channel. Today, we learn English through the amazing story of Ferrari, a name that means speed, power, and passion. Buckle up because this is not just a story about a car. It's a journey of dreams, failures, victories, and a man who changed the world of racing forever. In the early years of the 20th century, the streets of Italy were filled with the sounds of carts, bicycles, and slow-moving cars. But a young boy named Enzo Ferrari had a different dream. He didn't want to move slowly through life. He wanted to fly, on wheels. Enzo was born in Modena, Italy in 1898. From a young age, he was obsessed with speed. His father took him to watch car races, and from that moment, Enzo knew his future was not in school or in a regular job. It was on the racetrack. When Enzo was just 10 years old, he saw his first car race. The loud engines, the smell of gasoline, and the excitement of the crowd filled his heart with fire. He pointed at the fastest car and told his father, "One day, I will build a car faster than that." His father smiled, not knowing how true those words would become. But life was not easy for Enzo. When he was just 18, both his father and brother died from the flu. It was a painful time. To make things worse, Enzo tried to join a car company but was rejected. He even applied to work for Fiat, one of the biggest car companies in Italy. They said no. Most people would have given up, but not Enzo. He didn't stop believing. Instead, he kept trying, working for small car companies, fixing engines, and learning everything he could about how cars worked. Finally, in 1920, Enzo got his chance. He became a driver for Alfa Romeo. On the track, Enzo was brave and smart. He won many races. But even as a successful driver, his real dream was something bigger. He didn't just want to race cars, he wanted to build them. Not just any cars, cars that were different, special, and faster than anything the world had seen. In 1929, Enzo started his own racing team. He called it Scuderia Ferrari, which means Ferrari stable. At first, he used Alfa Romeo cars, but he managed and improved them with his own team. They were not just racers. They were engineers, artists, and dreamers, just like him. The red color of the Ferrari cars soon became famous. It wasn't just paint. It was a symbol of passion, fire, and Italian pride. But everything changed during World War II. The Ferrari factory was bombed and destroyed. Many thought that was the end of Enzo's dream. But again, he didn't give up. After the war, he rebuilt the factory. And this time, he wasn't making cars for other companies. He was making cars with his name on them, Ferrari. In 1947, the first true Ferrari car was born, the Ferrari 125S. It had a V12 engine and a heart that roared like a lion. People had never seen a car like this before. It was fast, beautiful, and powerful. Enzo drove it himself during a test, and after a few adjustments, he smiled. He knew he had created something special. Ferrari soon entered races again. The company didn't just want to sell cars, it wanted to win. And it did, again and again. From the Mille Miglia to Le Mans and Formula One, Ferrari dominated the world of racing. Every win made the car more famous. Every victory added more power to the legend of Ferrari. Enzo Ferrari became a powerful figure in motorsport. He wore sunglasses and a suit, and people called him Il Commendatore. He was strict, serious, and respected. But inside, he still had the heart of the young boy from Modena who loved speed. His life was full of highs and lows. Great wins, painful losses, and battles with other car makers like Ford and Lamborghini. But Enzo stayed focused. He believed a Ferrari should not just be fast, It should be art. Every Ferrari car was carefully designed, not just for speed, but for beauty. The curves, the color, the engine sound, it was all part of the Ferrari experience. To own a Ferrari was to own a piece of history, a part of Enzo's dream. Even today, long after Enzo's death in 1988, his dream continues. Ferrari is still one of the most powerful names in the world. From Formula One championships to luxury road cars, the name Ferrari means excellence. The company never forgot where it came from. It still builds cars in Maranello, Italy, close to where Enzo grew up. And it still races, always trying to be the best. Owning a Ferrari is more than owning a car. It is owning a story of passion, of never giving up, of believing in your dream even when the world says no. And for English learners, it's a perfect story to learn from, because every word in the Ferrari story teaches something: courage, ambition, resilience, and vision. The 1950s and 1960s were a golden time for Ferrari. During these years, Ferrari cars won many races and broke many records. But life was not always easy for Enzo Ferrari. Even though his company was winning, he often faced pressure. Money was always a problem. Building fast cars and racing them around the world was expensive. Sometimes Ferrari didn't have enough funds to continue. But Enzo was smart. He knew that racing made the brand famous. And fame meant people wanted to buy Ferrari road cars, the kind of cars rich people drove on city streets. So he began to build more luxury sports cars. These cars were fast like the race cars, but also comfortable and stylish. Celebrities, athletes, and kings wanted them. This helped Ferrari stay strong financially and continue to race. One of Ferrari's biggest moments came in the 1960s, when a huge battle began between Ferrari and an American company, Ford. The story is now legendary. Ford wanted to buy Ferrari, but Enzo refused. He said, "I will not give up control of my racing team." Ford was angry. They built their own race car, the Ford GT40, and challenged Ferrari at the famous 24 Hours of Le Mans race in France. For years, Ferrari had won at Le Mans, but in 1966, Ford beat them. It was a big moment in racing history. Ferrari was hurt, but not defeated. The loss pushed Ferrari to work even harder, to build even faster cars, and to return to winning. Through all of this, Enzo never lost his focus. He was known for being tough. Some said he was cold or even cruel. He didn't smile much. But those who worked with him knew he had a deep love for cars and for racing. He pushed his team hard because he wanted greatness. And that's what Ferrari became, a symbol of greatness. In the 1970s, Ferrari continued to win in Formula One, the top level of racing. Drivers like Niki Lauda brought glory to the team. Lauda was smart, fearless, and fast. He helped Ferrari win titles and become stronger than ever. But in 1976, Lauda had a terrible crash. His car caught fire, and he was badly burned. Many thought he would never race again. But Lauda was like Ferrari, strong and determined. Just 6 weeks later, he returned to racing. He didn't win the championship that year, but his courage inspired the world, and Ferrari stood by him, showing that the team was more than just machines. It was about heart. The 1980s were a time of change. New technology, new rules, and new teams entered Formula One. Ferrari had wins and losses, but behind the scenes, Enzo was getting older. He had built his company from nothing, and now it was a global name. In 1988, Enzo Ferrari passed away at the age of 90. The world mourned the loss of a legend. But Ferrari did not stop. That same year, Ferrari won a Formula One race just weeks after Enzo's death. It felt like a gift to the man who started it all. His spirit lived on in every car, every race, and every engine. In the years that followed, Ferrari continued to grow. New models like the F40, F50, Enzo, and LaFerrari amazed car lovers everywhere. These cars were not just fast, they were engineering masterpieces. The sound of a Ferrari engine became famous. It roared with power. It sang like a symphony. People said, "You don't just drive a Ferrari, you feel it." The Ferrari Formula One team became home to many great drivers. One of the most famous was Michael Schumacher. In the early 2000s, Schumacher and Ferrari became an unbeatable team. They won 5 world championships in a row. It was a time of red domination, Ferrari red, burning bright on every track. Schumacher's skill and Ferrari's technology made history. Fans all over the world wore red shirts, waved Ferrari flags, and screamed with joy. It was a new golden era. Even people who didn't like racing knew the name Ferrari. It stood for excellence, precision, and passion. Today, Ferrari is more than just a car company, it's a lifestyle. It has museums, fashion, and even a theme park in Abu Dhabi. The brand is powerful, but it has never forgotten its roots. Every Ferrari car still begins its life in Maranello, Italy. The factory is high-tech, but the spirit is old school. People there don't just build cars. They build dreams. And these dreams are expensive. A new Ferrari can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some rare models sell for millions. But the people who buy them don't just want speed. They want the feeling of being part of something great. They want the legend. Ferrari cars are also limited. The company doesn't make too many. This keeps them special. It's not just about money, it's about identity. Ferrari owners feel proud. They feel like part of a secret club. And every time they turn the key and hear that engine, they smile. But Ferrari is not just about the past. It looks to the future, too. The company is now working on electric and hybrid cars. The SF90 Stradale is one example. A car that mixes electricity and gasoline to create power like never before. Ferrari wants to stay on top, even in a world that is changing fast. Still, some things never change. The color red, the horse logo, the sound of the engine, the thrill of the race. These are the heart of Ferrari. So what can we learn from the story of Ferrari? We learn that success is not easy. Enzo Ferrari was rejected many times. He faced war, death, and failure. But he never gave up. He believed in his dream, and he worked hard every day to make it real. We learn that passion is powerful. Ferrari is not just a machine. It is a dream made of metal and fire. It moves people, not just on the road, but in their hearts. And we learn that legends live on. Even after Enzo Ferrari's death, his name still inspires millions. His cars still race. His spirit still burns. So next time you see a Ferrari on the street or on TV, remember the story behind it. Remember the little boy from Modena who looked at a race car and said, "One day I will build something better." And he did. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed learning English through the powerful and passionate story of Ferrari. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this story if it inspired you. And remember, just like Ferrari, your dreams can take you far if you keep moving forward. See you next time.